Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Roseville Wrecking Ball. The Roseville Wrecking Ball.
Joshua Shrum. He is a very talented steward, very knowledgeable.
The Roseville Wrecking Ball. This is one of those podcasts where I listen to every episode. I love what he's putting out there.
The Roseville Wrecking Ball. Josh Shrum.
Parcels of Knowledge. Does a fantastic job with that podcast.
The Roseville Wrecking Ball. He is an Article 8 scholar, and thank God. We need Article 8 scholars right now.
Tune into the Parcels of Knowledge podcast while you're on the route. That's the mailman's playbook, brother.
Good morning, and welcome back to Parcels of Knowledge, that podcast dedicated to delivering knowledge to the city letter carrier with your host, the Roseville Wrecking Ball. Today's intro is going to be quick. Today's my anniversary, so I'm not going to be very long with this, but I did a episode on Beyond The Satchel, and I think it's a pretty good podcast. It's not for everybody, but for the people who it is for, I think it's pretty decent, so you should probably go check it out. Beyond The Satchel can be found on many of the same platforms that I'm on, and without further ado, I'll just let the episode go.
Today for you guys, we have a special guest, as per usual, the Roseville Wrecking Ball himself. So, Josh,
Yeah, that's me. So, yeah, I'm Josh Shrum. You don't mind if I introduce myself, do you?
Go ahead, brother. This
go
right.
for it.
Yeah, Joshua Shrum out of branch 4374, NALC, of course. I'm a steward, chief steward at the Roseville installation. And I got my own podcast called Parcels of Knowledge, of which, this episode will also be posted there. And I don't know. I think that's about it.
Short and sweet.
Oh, man. Short and sweet. Man, I thought I wanted the whole story. I want the background and everything about the Wrecking Ball. Where you get the nickname the Wrecking Ball, man?
Well, I haven't told this one on any podcast yet, but basically...
Well, if you don't want to share it right now, you don't have to share it.
No, I'm absolutely fine with it. It was kind of a insult at my last job. I used to work at Kroger, and I was a steward for 10 years there, and they would, I would move to different places for bids and stuff, and basically they'd know me as the Wrecking Ball, the Roseville Wrecking Ball. That's where I came from, was Roseville, and I still work at Roseville, but they called me that because I would ruin their chances for things like bonuses, and I'd basically mess things up for management. So, you're getting the Wrecking Ball at your store now, that kind of thing.
Man. Oh, I guess you could say you probably a Wrecking Ball in the post office now too, huh? Yeah,
I do about 500 grievances or so a year. Last year we got our highest; it was 600. We get about 50,000 a year for carriers. It's not the highest, but we only have an installation of about 100 carriers, so it's not too bad either.
Man, I only did 215 last year.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean,
out of my office only, so
yeah, I mean it's not about numbers, but I'm still proud of my numbers anyway. You know how metrics are. Management's proud of that, but
Yeah, I mean it's because if you doing your job, that's what the members pay their union dues for, and that's what we expect out of every steward, every national officer to do their job that they're took the oath to do, and to protect the contract.
Absolutely.
So I know we listened to your show I listened to it, and then we also spoke about it a little bit on our president's meeting the other day. Want to tell us about that episode?
Yeah, absolutely. So episode 70, Parcels of Knowledge, I ended up talking about a call to action, and this is personal for me. So I'll give you a little bit of background. For a very long time, I've been trying to, since January of 25, it's almost been, it's been an entire year. We've had an issue at Roseville, and I've noticed it's been an issue in many different places. It has to do with mail that's not being delivered. In particular, it appears that the service is failing in two different ways when it comes to not delivering mail. In some areas, they're simply saying, I don't want to pay penalty. I imagine those areas are non-profitable. They're saying, look, at 10 hours, I'm going to cut it off. You have to bring all the mail back. Doesn't matter if it's first class or what. They might get packages delivered, but whatever else is left, it's going to be delivered the next day. So, somebody's checks, somebody's, important documents could be delayed. Alternatively, in some areas, they're refusing to staff properly, whether that's because of poor standards when it comes to employment, or possibly they just simply don't want to pay that much. They could hire another 10 CCAs, but they decide not to. And in those cases, they're spending the penalty, but they're still not getting the mail delivered. So I think this is a direct violation of 39 U.S. Code 101, in which it says in many different ways that the service cannot apportion their cost of maintenance in such a way so that it would affect the overall value of the service we provide. And in many different ways, that means that if a section is not profitable, well, then they're going to hold the same delivery standards as an area that's profitable. And in my opinion, I think that's not following the law when you say, look, Roseville, Michigan, you're not worth the penalty to deliver mail to, but over in New York or wherever else, we're going to be spending penalty to get the mail delivered because that area is profitable. So I think that we need to have a congressional inquiry into our service standards. This is not the only standard but this is the one I'm most passionate about, but there's many different service standards we're just dropping. And I think that's in violation of law. So I basically made a template letter for people to send out to their Congress people, whether that's the Senate or House of Representatives, it doesn't matter. And I also put out a link where you can find your different Congress people.
So we're not only failing the service. No, I'm getting tongue tied over here. That was a mouthful of me. But to not pay the penalty because this side of town is not profitable, and this side of town, like you said, New York versus Michigan, is not profitable. We are letter carriers, the Post Office Service America. We supposed to provide a service no matter if it's profitable or non-profitable, because the American people are looking for, like you said, their checks, important documents, a letter from one of their sons that's overseas fighting to protect our rights of freedom. That's what they look for. And just because this side of town is broke and this side of town is rich, that doesn't matter. We wear postal blue, and the service should service everybody. And it shouldn't matter how much money they spend to get the mail delivered. This is what the American people want. And we have obligation that we took as letter carriers to make sure we deliver the mail, do rain, sleet, or snow. So, yeah, I think we should make a big deal out of this and call to action and encourage every brother and sister out there to take what Brother Joshua is saying to heed, and take the links that he got up there. And
if you don't mind, let me show you how easy it is. Here's the couple different links. We should be in the description of the episode that we're currently on. I'm going to send these links to them so that if it's on my place, I'm going to put them in. If it's on their place, they're going to put them in. Now, you can use this link here to find your congressperson and their contact information. So it's as easy as putting in a zip code even. And you can click on your city. And then it tells you exactly who they are and what their address is and their phone numbers. In fact, I got something to say about that in a minute, but here's another link right here. Here's the template for the letter. And it'll just, you have to take the bracketed parts and replace it with what you want to say. That's the letter that I got. And you can add or subtract to it. So anyway, So that phone number too. Ours is Gary Peters, one of our Senate members, and he's also. Let me see what this is called. Sorry about the wait.
No, you good,
He's
brother.
on a committee. He's on a committee. It's called the Homeland Security and Governmental Affairs Committee. And this committee has some oversight of USPS. And we have used that phone number. A guy named Jeff Krula from my office called him and got a meeting. And we're going to be talking with his office about this particular issue. So you can either email them, call them, or send letters to their address. And if they're part of that committee, I'd suggest that you especially talk to those guys because they're the ones that would be responsible for holding USPS to their standards. All of Congress can do a congressional inquiry, but I think those guys would be particularly interested. In fact, Gary Peters' office is definitely interested. So we've had plenty of relative success. A lot of branch presidents are sending these letters out. A lot of rank and file members are. There's some of them bringing them pre-filled out to their meetings so that they can sign them and then send them out for them. So if anybody wants to do this, I feel like a lot of letter carriers all at once will make a big splash. But if it's just a few, some of them, most of them might not be interested. So it all depends. If this looks like a issue that's across the country, which it is in different ways, I think we should go for it.
Exactly. Because a foundation, a house is built off a foundation, and without that foundation, the house is not going to stand. So in that way, I'm from down south, so I'm using the terms of building a house. So without that foundation, like Brother Joshua said, hey, if we don't stand together in this issue, it's not going to make an impact. It's too many letter carriers out there. I don't want to quote a number, get the actual number, but I know it's a lot of us. And if we all stand together as a union and say, hey, reach out to our Congress and senators, hey, this is what's going on over here in my neck of the woods. We need your help. We need something. We need action taken on the post office for they hold these people accountable because they're wasting money. They're wasting money. It's not taxpayers' money. Let me make sure that's clear. It's not the taxpayers' money. They're wasting money that shouldn't be wasted. It could be utilized on other things.
I mean, you look at what happened when we were trying to fight against privatization when Trump entered office. He was trying to do that. We were shutting down phone lines to representatives' offices because we were just overwhelming them. And that made a difference. That really did show, how this is important to us and how many of us are out there that are going to be impacted by all of this. So if something like that were to happen again, the sheer numbers, that's what makes waves.
Exactly.
Yeah, and it's part of our history too, because we used to do this all the time. We used to send letters to Congress to improve our working conditions or our pay when that was part of our when it was tied to the taxpayers back before the 1970 strike.
Crystal, you remember reading that book in Carriers of Common Cause? Leadership Academy. For you guys out there, if non-postal workers, I urge you to go look up Carriers of Common Cause and Google it, whatever, read it. That's history right there on letter carriers. Things that I didn't know happened. And I was amazed by it. So it's history behind the post office. We didn't make it 250 years for nothing. So, and that's providing a service to the American people.
Absolutely.
And you also know that, like Brother Joshua said, it is another way as well to take action off his link, and also visit NALC.org for any of the our brothers and sisters out there and take action. When you hear take action, we ask you to go to NALC.org and go on there and send a message to your congressmen and senators. As easy as going in there and logging in using your last name, first name, and then your ID. The instructions are all on there. It's templates on there. You don't have to write anything. Just sit hit send for everything. Take action on anything, because we have bills out there that we're trying to get passed. We have to get Congress involved in any way we can to help provide a service to the American people to improve our working conditions as employees of the United States Postal Service and make it more a healthy work life for us as well. Because there's too many of us out there that's stressed out because management are screaming at us, telling us we're not moving fast enough. We're sorry, we can't do this. It's too, and that's stressful on a work life. So take action, brothers and sisters.
Yeah, and I mean, a lot of this stuff, I don't know if it, not just for us, but also for other federal workers and different agencies, it's going to impact them as well. So there's no, we really do, I think, need to branch out a little bit to get them to, if they're not if they're not already involved in that, maybe see if we can get them into the fight. I know we have organizations like the AFL-CIO. Is that?
Yep.
Okay.
So, yeah. And, President called for, not Donald Trump, Brian Renfro called for a National Day of Action, which is February the 22nd. And we urging every city letter carrier to get out there February the 22nd and take action. If your branch not doing it, reach out to the next branch close by to find out if they're doing it. Come out, get t-shirts. Shirts say "Fight like hell, hell no." We want to, yeah, show that shirt. There we go. So we want everybody to get out. I'm working with getting some other unions besides NALC to come out and help us out. Like we stated earlier, numbers matter. A foundation matters. I guess we took on this slogan, "Fight like hell," and to be honest, last year and the year before, I haven't seen nobody fighting like hell. So hopefully this year is a new year. We fight like hell for everything that we damn sure deserve and we are owed.
Man, the
Roseville
Wrecking Ball fights like hell every day.
Hey, let's go.
Oh, yeah.
So
Sorry.
No, you good. Yeah, so we want to fight like hell for everything, and not just for active carriers, the carriers that have paved the way for us as new carriers to go through the things that we do. They have already probably experienced it, but 10 times worse. So my hat goes off to them. There are always new bills introduced that are helping them out when they retired. I would like to see some bills out that shows some more action towards the active carriers to help benefit us as well. So, pretty soon we'll have some shows where me and Crystal are going in depth about certain bills that's coming out, how they affect the active carrier, how they affect the retired carrier, and how it affect the general public as well. So
when it comes,
go ahead.
When it comes to them actions, I just want to say this February 22nd one's going to be important, but I think that moving forward, I think that the next generation carriers mentioned something I thought was pretty smart. And I agree with them. These actions were not planned enough ahead of time, and that's okay, because we also have the forward future to continue doing these movements. I think that we should continue after February 22nd until we get a contract to do rallies. And I think that's going to be important for branches to talk to their membership during their meetings to see what their plan ahead is going to be and whether or not, they can be sustainable in terms of paying for things.
Exactly. And I think I said it before. I don't think one rally is enough. I don't think two is enough. We can't strike. So the only thing we can do is rally and make our voices heard. So one rally out of the year, I think that's just going to be, they gathered out and then they wasn't there the next day. because I see plenty of businesses that can strike. I see them out there for weeks, and they have that right to strike. We, as federal employees, don't have that right to strike because the wildcat strike. What's that article? Oh, I'm drawing a blank there, Crystal. What is that? 10?
Oh, I don't have to cite that one very often, so I don't know off the top of my head.
So we can't strike, but I mean we can make our voices heard by rallying, by making noise, blowing up congressmen, senators' phones, their emails. So they already have a lot of important stuff to do. Let's make them know we're their important topic. You know.
Yeah, I think that I think we'll do a good job, just like we did last time. I think we had a big showing last time. It kind of, I don't know, it kind of annoyed me a little bit because we were planning on doing a rally anyway, and then this whole national came in, and it kind of tied it up to nationals, and I kind of wanted to do a local one anyway, but it wasn't that frustrating because it had the same message.
Right.
It just changed all the banners red, I guess. Is there what's the website where we could see what branches are doing it? Do you have that?
It's on NALC.org. If you go to the it's on the homepage, and the first thing is going to come up is going to say it's on the news and research. I'm sorry. And it basically states on February 22nd, NLC branches are hosting Fight Like Hell rallies. And basically it shows the map of the country, and you click on whatever state, like you're in Michigan, right?
Correct.
So if I click on Michigan, it brings me right to Michigan. Now you have branch 3126 that's registered, branch 1, 320 and 430. What's that? 4374 and branch 246.
Oh, that's me. 4374 registered?
Yep.
Nice.
And then branch 246 and branch 434.
Can I say something real quick?
Go
For
ahead.
those listeners who were actually interested in the citation, it's not Article 10 that's about leave. Article 18 is the no strike clause.
Oh, thank you.
Just for the record.
Yeah, thank you. You cleared it up. My head was woo. I think I said 10 because I was before when I know we was gonna start at 6. I was still at work, and I was reading Article 10 because I had to file agreements on some stuff. So
I had to look it up. I didn't know it off my head. No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, but that's still stuck in my head. Article 10.
But I had the advantage here, man. I'm on vacation, so I got to relax all day.
Then when you come back to work, you're like, oh man.
Yeah, my route's gonna be backed up.
Yeah, well, I just finally got mine backed up, and I come back from vacation January the 3rd, and then we had to deal with the weather, call-offs, management telling us, hey, do the first part of your route, stop doing that, go drop off packages, then go do this part of the route on somebody else's. We just got to get 60% of the route clear to done, and then just bring the rest of the mail back and be back by 7. Like, whoa, that's a lot of instructions for one. Okay.
Sometimes it seems like their instructions are kind of silly with this whole weather going on. Like I could have did my whole route one of these days that was really cold, but they told me do packages first, then do the mail. If I would have just did it all together, I could have got it done.
I said the same thing.
Yep.
Management has the right to mismanage, right?
Not necessarily, because I think so. Like we were talking about 39 U.S. Code 101, I think that technically it allows exceptions under emergency conditions, but management's Article 3 rights do not allow it to violate the contract or the law. And in the times where they can get the mail delivered, they don't have the right to mismanage because they have an expectation for our universal service, and that's 6 days a week. And like you said, rain, sleet, or snow, right?
Now you have to add some more stuff to that rain season. So you getting
Robberies.
robberies, getting shot at, dogs. Well, I hear a dog in the background, so I guess we're gonna throw a dog chasing us. Um,
Harassment
yeah, heat. It's
from management.
management. It's a lot more. So we can go on and on. So the city letter carrier deals with more than just rain, sleet, and snow now, and that's a lot of stuff that people don't realize that at all. That what we deal with on a day-to-day basis, carrying mail in the office, dealing with management being assholes, bullies, whatever you want to call them. So you gotta deal with that, and then you gotta deal with sometimes you gotta deal with customers out there screaming, "Where's my mail? Why you didn't give me my mail?" And you have to look at them like you still gotta keep your passion. You gotta keep your anger back. Like, man, you just don't know what I just went through in his office, and I'm freezing my butt off out here. Yeah, here's your mail. Have a good one. So, well, I mean, I think I don't experience that on my route because a lot of my customers, I kind of talk to them every single chance I get and tell them, hey, I'm not here tomorrow, so you might not get your mail. And then, hey, the weather's going to be horrible, so I don't know what they're going to tell me to do. So just be prepared not to get your mail. You might get your packages, but you're not going to get your mail.
Do we want to really quick talk a little bit about the new Equal Cola Act that just came out?
Sure, we could. Yeah, let's give that a shot. Well, before we do that, I just want to ask you one question, Crystal. Do you know your mailman?
My mailman actually transferred from my office, so I know him quite well.
Okay. Josh, you know your mailman?
Yeah, I got a rural one from a neighboring city. I got a CBU, so I hardly get to see them.
Oh, okay.
Can you know your mailman, or are you working too much to ever see him?
I know both my mailman.
Oh, nice.
T6, Chris, and the regular is John.
It's nice to know them on a name basis. I'm one of those annoying customers that sometimes if I'm waiting on something and I happen to be home, I might drive by and then stop and say, hey, can you let me have that thing I'm waiting for?
Oh, you're that guy?
Yeah, at the CBU, yeah. They don't mind.
Oh, man. So I was made aware of something came down the pipeline that was introduced, the Equal Cola Act, HR 491.
There you go.
491 and S624. That's basically a cost of living adjustment. From what I get out of it, it's gonna be used for people that's retired. It's not really gonna do anything for the active carriers as of now. I mean, yeah, my opinion. I would love to see something like this go out for the active carriers. Don't get me wrong. Let's still support our retirees that have done the job that we're doing now. They paid their dues and they experienced probably the same hell, probably worse than what we have now. Holy shit, I didn't read this part. They're gonna receive full colas with no cap.
No cap.
Yeah. They'll make out pretty sweet with this one.
In October of 2025, the Social Security Administration, they raised a 2.8% COLA increase for 2026 retirees, and they were going to receive a full first retirement with only a 2% cap boost.
It's a step in the right direction. My opinion is that, of course, it sucks it doesn't apply to everybody, but it makes it a little bit easier to achieve when you're negotiating because we already have a group of people who are active who get, full colas. Well, I don't know. I don't know if it's full, but, it's better colas than Table 2 gets. And then we got a group of retirees now getting better colas. Maybe that paves the way for Table 2 to get better colas.
Exactly.
Makes it easier to negotiate.
Yeah, because I think if we have this, if this bill passed, I think this will be real good. Like you said, to negotiate in the contract. Hey, active carriers, they need to get full colas, and then it might be beneficial for. It's probably beneficial for the retired carriers because they're on a fixed income. It might help them out as well. So
Absolutely.
All right, so I got that bill pulled up on the screen. That HR 491.
Yeah, so for any of the listeners that's listening to it, it's up on the screen. You can read up on it. Like I said, I just found out about it. I think Sarah sent it to me yesterday. I was busy doing some other stuff. So shout out to her because her and Crystal kind of keep me on my toes when it comes to different bills popping out, and I'm not paying attention. They usually send me a text message or something like that. Like, hey, did you see this? I'm like, no. Let me read up on it. So,
nice.
That's why it's always good to have a good team that's gonna work with you. Come up, we bounce ideas off each other. That's what makes a successful team. So, we're trying to grow our PAC fund, the Letter Care Political Fund, as much as we can in our branch, and we want to extend that out to other branches to help out as well. So, because at the end of the day, without the PAC fund or IPAC using them funds that we're raising, we wouldn't be anywhere with like these type of bills coming out like this that support letter carriers. So we want to continue to push that out. Like, hey, we need donations to help run the PAC fund. We need donations for the Letter Care Political Fund as well to talk to congressmen and senators, get out there and do what we do. Get them to sign on bills. That's what that take action is for on the NALC.org, and also the take action on the mail delay for Brother Joshua pulled up. We need to take action on everything. Like, we're on our phones all day long anyway. We sit there, send text message. It's going to take a couple of seconds to go on NALC.org and take action. Click every bill on there, take action on it. Do it every day. You send a text message probably to me and Crystal text back like 4 or 5 times a day with ideas we're talking about. So I'm maxed out on my take action. I try to take action every day as much as I can. And then with Brother Joshua, can they do the same with you? Can they just click it in the email, or do they have to print it out and then mail it off physically?
Well, it all depends on what they prefer. If you mail it out physically, there's going to be a person that has to process that. What I found is that on most congressional websites, because when you click their name, it's going to bring you to their congressional website. Most of their contact information is absent of an email, and I imagine why. It's probably because if they put their email, they'd get a lot of spam. I think what they really do is they put contact boxes that let you type whatever you want into them. It works. It functions the same way as an email. In fact, it makes it more coordinated with what you've got to talk to them about, because almost every single one of them has a drop-down box that lets you indicate that you're speaking about the Postal Service. So then it can get categorized into their secretary's emails to show, hey, they got this many emails regarding the Postal Service, and they can get back to you whenever they want. I've noticed personally, I've taken the email route. I'm sending a large package to my to Gary Peters. So my physical mail, I haven't been back to the office. I need to make copies of the settlements and proof to show. Mine's going to be different than what the template I sent out there. Mine's going to be a lot more in depth. So I'm sending a package out. My emails have not gotten very much traction with the contact boxes, but my other steward, he's done the phone call route, and like I said, he's already got a meeting with Gary Peters, and the other offices haven't really contacted us, and that's how it's going to work. A lot of these people, some people will be interested, others are not going to care about the Postal Service. So just send it to every one of your Congress people, whether it's by mail, or you can try the email route if you don't have the time or money to send out mail, or you can even make a phone call. Either way, there's a different way for different people based on their needs. And I think with a lot more people trying to help, the more hands makes lighter weight of what we need to do. So I think it's important that we all try and do something.
And I also want to put out there too. We have on the Protect Our Letter Carrier Act, we have a total of 172 co-sponsors. And for the Retirement Fairness Act, which helps active carriers buy their time back, we have 126 carriers. So
Nice.
we need to, our magic number, I'm assuming the magic number I want is 300. So we need more people to take action on that. And then HR 70, which is our the privatization, anti-privatization, we're at a total of 231. So we're moving in the right direction of them fighting against privatization of the post office. So we need to take action. Let's get these bills out. I mean, it might be hard getting stuff passed with this regime that's in office now, but you never know. We can call a Hail Mary and hope like hell we fight like hell to win. That's our slogan: fight like hell.
I can tell you, we got a decent amount of co-sponsors from Kentucky, Indiana, Michigan, and I got that from Matt Tanner, which you guys share, Matt Tanner. But the real Matt Tanner's in Region 6, so that's where the best of him is. I think you guys talked about Matt Tanner before, right? You guys have him as well as a representative.
Yeah.
Yep.
Look,
He's a cool guy.
Matt's my man. When I was in Leadership Academy, he's the reason why I said, you know what, let me put this political hat on and do what I got to do to help out. Because when we started, our branch was at 8%, and we have grown that number. We're pushing the high 15% right now, and we are going to continue to grow that number. We set our branch a goal that where we're going to be at, and we're not going to disclose that number right now. So we're gonna drop a pin on that part, and then when that number hits, that's when we're gonna let people know. I met Matt before then, and we talked here and there, so I was a little interested. Politics wasn't so my forte. I was into it, but it wasn't really something that I was really game for. But then when I started learning the details, what it entails, what's going on, what the person have to do, and when I seen our branch number, I was like, I can't. And me taking leadership classes taught me that as a leader, you have to take charge and do what you got to do to win, and bring a team with you. And a leader will take responsibility for their actions and also their team's action. So that's why I said, you know what, we got to do it. And then I brought Sarah along with me. Then we end up, I think Crystal was voluntold. So I was glad.
Dragged me in, kicking and screaming.
Yeah. So I'm glad we got her voluntold into this, because we wouldn't be where we at now with the podcast and where our numbers are growing. We also do hat designs, which I have, the Letter Care Political hat. So we do this for any member that signs up, or if somebody wants a hat made, we charge for the hats. And we haven't gotten where, I sent some down to Mississippi because I got family down there. So I sent some down there. So we haven't worked out the kinks and all that to start shipping to people. But hopefully in the future we can. We got the Beyond the Satchel merch going on. And we also have the hats, so we're trying, everything we're doing is geared towards the Letter Care Political Fund to build and make it a greater union, better union. So before we go, we always ask everyone that comes on, Joshua, what do you do beyond your satchel? When you take that satchel off and you clock out and you say, I got to deal with this in the morning, it'll be here tomorrow. But when you go home and relax and kick your feet up, what do you do?
When I'm relaxing? Wait, okay. So All right, this is a complex question. I don't really relax, and this is something that a lot of the guys in my branch don't appreciate. Like when we go to trainings and we're done with the training part, I want to go back to the room, talk grievances, go back to the hotel, file more grievances on my fun. That's my fun. So like they don't like that. They want to go have fun. Like, hey, you want to come to the after party? No, thanks, because there's no grievances there. So um, I wake up every morning 4 a.m. Well, I wake up before 4 a.m. most of the time, but I get to my office at 4 a.m. and I work from 4 a.m. to 8 a.m. just having fun with grievances, just for free, just because I like it. So um, I do a lot of reading into contract language, but if I had to do something in my free time, I spend time with my kids, my wife. We have an anniversary tomorrow. That's why I'm recording. After we record this, I'm not doing a podcast tomorrow because it's my 19th year anniversary.
Oh,
And
congratulations, brother.
oh, thank you, I appreciate it. And then I play a little bit of VR headset games, but other than that, it's mostly grievances on my mind and carriers.
Well, the VR headset. Well, let's start with that's a good thing. 19 years. I'm trying to get there.
Well, we weren't
So,
married 19. We were together 19. We celebrate
okay,
both
okay.
anniversaries.
Okay, cool.
Either way,
Yeah,
that's a long time.
I guess I can put my numbers together too then. But the saying is, happy wife, happy life. What's
Oh
yours is
yeah.
hers, and what's yours is hers.
Better believe it. My husband's learned that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I appreciate that question. That was a cool one.
And it should be more stewards like you that want to go in there and jump in and, hey, I want to do some more grievances. I want to tear this contract apart. So I appreciate Crystal. Appreciate everything you do. Continue doing what you're doing, brother. Um, Thank you for um, getting us some more, adding us to your, sending out the request for us. That helped us out a lot. Even though I butchered your name when I was trying to give you a shout out, then I'm sitting there looking. I looked at your name, was like, wait a minute, my son's name is Joshua. I said, I don't know how the heck did I mix his name up. So, but I just couldn't say your last name right. So I was just gonna stick with Joshua S. So
Well, that's okay. I really do appreciate you guys having me on your show, allowing me to talk about what I'd like to try and get going off with the call to action. You guys are really great. I love your show as well. I'm not that great at being a listener that catches up with every single episode, but when I do have time and I'm delivering mail, I like to listen to all postal podcasts, and I thought your show was pretty good. I'm not personally a political person. I do donate to the Letter Carrier Political Fund. Only my lucky number, $1.31. My branch thinks it's kind of funny, but I like 130. That's actually why it's my lucky number tomorrow, 131. And I donate 131. It's not much, but um, whether or not it's going to a good cause, I imagine it's mostly good. I don't like to get into politics. I'm more of a contract guy, but I don't
well,
mind it when I need to.
that's why you got some of your brothers and sisters that's willing to jump in there and get into it and do what we have to do. And that you heard them say $1.31. The guy's anniversary is tomorrow, so congratulations. And again, $1.31. He gives $1.31, guys. That's all you have to give. It's too many letter carriers out there. Give what you can. $1 goes a long way.
Yeah,
Yep.
every little bit helps.
It's over 2,000, 3,000 letter carriers. If every single letter carrier in the country gives $1, let's make it $1.31. $1.31. We're sitting real good. And
Let me do the math. I got the calculation here. Let me
let's
see.
do the math.
Okay,
So,
$1.31 times 300,000. That's about as many as we got in the postal service. That's 393,000 per pay period. Then what is there? 26 pay periods.
Yep, 26
That's $10,218,000 a year.
a
That's a lot.
year. 10 million 218,000 a 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 year. 10 million 218,000 that number, could you say that number one more time for me, man?
10,218,000. But that's if you give my lucky number,
That's if you give his lucky number. But that's still $1 or 131. That's still a lot of money compared to what a billionaire can write within a day that's not going to affect him. We as letter carriers have to give to the political fund because it helps. A lot of people say it doesn't. We give to Democrats and Republicans. It's a bipartisan thing, and we have to take action. We got to fight. Look up Mr. Joshua on his podcast, Parcels of Knowledge. Listen to it. It's got a lot of educational on there. I done learned some stuff off of there. Pretty sure Crystal have. I appreciate him coming on the show. I appreciate him giving us a shout out through giving us followers. I hope to see you come back on the show again, brother. Enjoy your lovely 19 years. I'm still shocked on that. 19 years anniversary.
Well, we got together when we were 15, so.
Oh, man.
Yep.
Yeah, 19 years, 15, yeah, okay. So enjoy it. Be safe out there. Have fun. We're gonna have to catch you on the flip side, probably. Hopefully we can get you back on the show, or we jump on your show here and there, and we continue. All of us need to continue work together to grow each other podcasts. From you, from Corey to Mike to etc. Richie Ray, everybody that's doing something educational, we appreciate it. We need to work together in the one common goal, and that's to protect the letter carriers, to grow, to make it easier for a letter carrier to live a peaceful and comfortable life in the post office.
Absolutely.
I know I just said a lot, but hey.
Well, you guys have a good night.
All right, man. You have a good one.
You too. Thanks for coming on.
Appreciate it.